been on a winning streak since that loss to Gabe Rosado, but his last two fights have gone to a decision. He did not look good in that win over David Stevens 2 fights earlier. Last time, he had a 12th round knockdown to defeat Darius Fulgham. He's got an opponent in front of him that's going to be willing to bang. This is a chance for bektemir meliqoziyev to not just get a win, but to look spectacular doing it.
Yeah, against Stevens, he said he was fighting illness. For Fulgham, late heroics earned him that victory. He'd like to make shorter work of Sena Agbeko here if possible.
And I think it's going to be very possible. Out of the 4 losses that Agbeko has, 3 by knockout, all 3 were southpaws.
Ladies and gentlemen, is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it will be for the WBA Continental America's Super Middleweight Championship. Brought to you by Ring Magazine, Stella, and Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, in association with TGB Promotions and World of Boxing, along with their great sponsors, Thomas J. Henry Law Firm, Everlast, and IFX Payments. By the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Dallas Hahn, Executive Director Jeff Mullen, along with the World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza Jr., Supervisor Jose Oliver Gomez. The judges are Lisa Giappa, Jack Reese, and David Sutherland. The referee in charge will be Chris Flores. Introducing first the challenger. Fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with gold and weighed in officially at 168 pounds. A native of Accra, Ghana, he is now fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee, and has a professional record of 29 wins, 4 defeats. 23 of his 29 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the challenger and former BC USA Super Middleweight Champion, Sam the Assassin Agbeko. And his opponent across the ring, he is the defending champion. Fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with green and weighed in officially at 167.5 pounds. A native of Shoimbek, Uzbekistan, he is now fighting out of Indio, California. A 2016 Olympic silver medalist, he now has a professional record of 16 wins, just 1 defeat. 10 of his 16 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBA Continental America's Super Middleweight Champion, back the bully meliqoziyev.
Okay, gentlemen, we went over the instructions in the dressing room. I expect a clean fight. These trunks here on the red, those are good right there. I'm gonna let you just touch the top of the belt. These are a little high, so you get to work that belt right there. Touch them up now and go back to your corners.
Sena Agbeko, born in Accra, Ghana, fights out of Nashville, Tennessee. Looks like an Adonis. And then there's bektemir meliqoziyev, who doesn't look so shabby himself. 2 heavy hitters about to collide here in the super middleweight division.
And Sena Agbeko is going to come straight at bektemir meliqoziyev. One of the things he learned from watching that fight against Darius Fulgham is that Fulgham had a lot of success putting some pressure on Beck, sticking that jab in his face, making him more of a back foot fighter. When you allow Beck to get momentum, pin you against the ropes, that's when those body shots coming in.
Sergio Meliqoziyev, when he hesitates, kind of looks ordinary, but when he's confident, he's destructive.
Yeah, once he starts feeling the flow, feeling the rhythm, body shots, then he loops those left hands around the guard. Okay? But everything comes out from the foundation, from the bottom, from the feet. He's a power puncher, but he likes to set those up from that southpaw stance with the footwork.
And that could have been a near catastrophe there, as both those guys came crashing in with their hits, just missed having a head-on collision.
Boy, Bektemir pretty aggressive here in round one. You mentioned Agbeko wanted to be on the front foot. meliqoziyev isn't letting him do that.
Yeah, big, strong, muscular guy like Agbeko. He's going to look awkward on the back foot. He's accustomed to being on the front foot. This is what that muscular tone turns again. They miss. When they miss their opponents, they fall off balance, and the muscles aren't going to save them.
Left to the body there from Agbeko. Bektemir made a name for himself in the amateur ranks. 2015 world champion, 2016 Olympic silver medalist. Lost in the Olympic final to Arlen Lopez. Then turned pro in 2019, signed with Golden Boy.
Good shot there by meliqoziyev. That's what I want to see more. Straight left hands to the torso of Agbeko.
Yeah, and meliqoziyev is kind of the unofficial leader of that group of Uzbekis that train out of the Diaz gym in Indio, California. Saw MJ Akhmadaliev in the corner, Shakram Giasov, part of that group as well.
Akhmadaliev was wearing a sombrero too.
I think he took Beck's sombrero. I think he just borrowed it when Beck came in the ring.
Hey, you get a lot of smiles and sombreros when you're dealing with that team.
A couple of good body shots early on from Beck, straight downstairs that left hand.
Sergio, you mentioned that Mexicans have a love for meliqoziyev. They like his fighting style. What is it about his style that they seem to like so much?
Well, first of all, it's the smile. You know, he likes having fun in there as he inflicts pain. But it's the body shots. Mexicans love body shots, that part of the liver, and that's the thing that makes meliqoziyev so dangerous. He's a vicious body puncher. There, you saw it right there. He landed a good left hand to Agbeko. Agbeko took that punch well. Look for that left hand to land again on the wide shoulders of Agbeko.
10 seconds. I'll bring that up. Get that up.
Right below the belt, referee warning Bektemir. Round one in the books.
Hey, that was a little low, huh? Okay. It was a little low. Okay.
Here's that clash of heads from early in the round.
Oof, that could have been dangerous, and we've seen Beck the Bully get cut in a lot of fights, and most of those are because of headbutts.
Sergio, are you a believer in the more muscle you have, the quicker you get tired in the ring?
Yes, and it's because muscle weighs heavier than fat. You know, when you're that muscular and you fall off balance, you're actually, it works against you. You know, the greatest fighters aren't muscular fighters. They're lean, they're tall, they have wide shoulders. Those are the hardest punchers, the Tommy Hearns of the world.
Oh, big right hand. Speaking of big punchers.
You know, to catch Antonio Diaz at the end of that last round, say Agbeko's trying to set up that Rosado shot, which is the counter right that Rosado landed to knock out Bektemir meliqoziyev.
I don't know how to, I have no clue how Agbeko's taking those body shots. I mean, both Beck the Bully lands clean shots to the body, right in the breadbasket. Agbeko's eating those up.
Yeah, he's taking some shots to the head too, Sergio.
Yes, he has. Tough fighter is Agbeko, but tough ain't enough.
Beck's looking really good early here. Last couple performances, not that they've been shaky, but they just haven't been as electrifying as we've seen Beck early in his career. Sensational knockout loss to Gabe Rosado. A loss, by the way, which he defended, or he avenged in his next fight to beat Gabe Rosado. By the way, Gabe Rosado back in the ring on a Misfits card in Derby, England next month.
Sounds like something Sergio's due for.
No.
We'll get you over there one day. Don't worry. We'll find the perfect opponent. Boy.
Look at that shot.
Yeah.
Agbeko does have a great chin. Those two knockouts to Morel and to Iglesias came in the second round, but he ate a lot of punishment, so much so that the referee had to jump in and stop those fights while he was on his feet. So he's going to be able to take a lot of these shots. It has been taking a lot of these shots from Beck.
You know, everyone watches that knockout right hand that Rosado landed to and think they can duplicate it. As Becco said earlier this week, we think we can catch him with that overhand right.
That's what Antonio Diaz was just saying in the corner to him earlier. Said he's looking for it. He's looking for that counter right. Be cautious of it.
I would like to see meliqoziyev start hiding that power. That's the one thing about Bektemir Bully. He loads up, and fighters can see that punch coming. Even when it lands, they brace for that shot to land. But if he hides the power behind one, speed, and then touch, power, touch, that's when you can fool your opponents into falling for traps.
Good left hand for meliqoziyev.
And across the ring, in the blue corner, his opponent, hailing from Shoembeck, Uzbekistan. Here is the Bully, meliqoziyev.
Gentlemen, protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
Tom Taylor, the man in the ring, one of the best in the business for tonight's main event. Fan base came within from Houston. Kuziev is on the B side tonight. The southpaw big. Here with our main.
Normally, when 15.
This fight was going to happen eventually.
He will go hard to the body. Now he stepped back. Emotion, Bully. You can tell that he wants to get into the middle and later rounds.
Oh, last December, the fight where they said, well, a slip down, rank the champ.
It's on a replay, but it looked like maybe they respect it is. I mean, this is such act. The two excellent.
In the corner of Fulgham. Garner Pierce is the trainer / sparring partner for Fulgham. Duffy, you ever heard that with your sparring partner? We'll find out.
You can see that he's trying to dictate the thing. Jab under the jab of meliqoziyev. Really, the body like normally see.
Both fighters really.
Not only that, but first round